Welcome back. I was sick for the last couple days. My apologies. Let's talk about grading the Columbus Blue Jackets during the pause. Now, before we get started, I just want to ask you to please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, which will alert you when my next video comes out, which will be about the Colorado Avalanche. Now, the last team I graded was the Dallas Stars over there, and I'll throw up a few links up top of some of the more recent clubs that I've graded, so you can click on them at your leisure while you're watching this, or just go to my playlist afterwards, and you'll find them all there. Now, the Blue Jackets! Who thought they'd be in a playoff spot at the beginning of the season? Anyone? You're all liars if you thought that. Now, they're in the last wildcard spot at the moment. And of course, GM Jarmo Kekalainen made a big splash last season, and they swept the Tampa Bay Lightning, and then they kind of ran into a wall in Boston there, blah, blah, blah. But they played really well in the playoffs, and now the GM didn't really make any big moves before, for this season at all, before the trade deadline day. Now, English. Now, their prospect pool was, according to him, was able to sort of take that hit for last season. And right now, it's ranked number 17th overall in the league by the Hockey News. And in their top 10 prospect list, 4 of them are ranked in the top 100 of the NHL prospects. More on that in a little bit. Now, they won the last game of the season. They were 3-4-3 in their last 10, and they have 81 points right now, sitting in the last wild card spot, which is the same amount of points as the Hurricanes, but of course the Hurricanes have 2 games in hand. They started off the season a little bit slow, and then really picked it up after that in December, hit a wall in February because of just the accumulation of all the injuries to key players, including Seth Jones, and then sort of kind of recovered in March. Now, let's look at some of the stats so far for this season. Their power play is 27th. No surprises there. Their penalty kill, 12th. That slipped a little bit. Wins, they're 22nd in the league. Points, they're 12th. Actually tied with the Carolina Hurricanes and the Toronto Maple Leafs. Goals for, they're 28th in the league. See the problem here? Only the Dallas Stars, LA Kings, and Detroit Red Wings are worse off in that department. Goals against, they're 4th. Yeah, these 2 goalies had big question marks coming in, and for the most part, they both delivered. More on that in a second. Now, face-off wins, they're 26th in the league. Shots against per game, they're 7th, letting 29.9 shots against. Shots for, they're 8th in the league, pelting 32.5 frozen pucks at the opposition. And a few key notes here. They have the most overtime losses in the NHL by 3, with 15 in total. In second place, there's a 3-way tie with 12 overtime losses with the Devils, the Bruins, and the Senators. Surprising to see the Bruins there, obviously. They're also one of 2 teams with no shutout wins this season. Can you guess the other team? In 3, the Boston Bruins. Wow. Never would have guessed that. Now, they're also one of 3 teams in a playoff spot right now with a minus, who are minus in the goal differential department with a -7, which is the worst amongst the 3 teams. The other 2 teams are the Calgary Flames, who are -5, and Nashville Predators, who are a -2. Now, when it comes to injuries, yeah, the list is long, and these guys are still on the IR at the moment. I would think some of them should be almost ready to come back, though, like Dubinsky, Jones, Anderson, Texier, Kukin are all still on the IR. Yeah. Goaltenders. Let's talk about some specific players now. Starting with what was supposed to be their starting goaltender this year in Joonas Korpisalo in 37 games, he's had a .911 save percentage. That's not spectacular, but it's not bad at all. The league average is around, what, .907, .908? So that's surprising. Now, last season in 27 games, he had an .897 save percentage. Same as the season before that as well. You have to go back as far as 2015-16 in his first year in the NHL, where he played 31 games and had a .920, where he had a decent save percentage. The biggest surprise here, of course, comes from Elvis Merzlikins, who put up some pretty good numbers in the Swiss League and such, and just came in with all his confidence. I don't think he did too well in his first couple games, but he got better, a lot better. He's in 33 games, he's got a .923 save percentage. Just unbelievable. Between the defense and the goaltenders, they're the ones who've given this team a chance, including the coach, of course. You got to give kudos to John Tortorella. Now, there's a third goalie that was brought in because I believe Korpisalo was injured for a bit. That is Matisse. Let's see if I can pronounce this. Kivlenks. Sorry. He's 6'2", 190 pounds. He's 23, he'll be 24 in August, though. And he played 6 games, had an .898 save percentage. Now, he's ranked 7th overall in their top 10 prospect list. His career got off to a bit of a pro start, but they say he's been improving. So maybe he needs some more seasoning, because last year in the AHL, he had an .873 save percentage in 14 games. And this year in the AHL, he's had a .904. So there is improvement there. Next, let's talk about some of the defensemen. I'm starting off with their top 3 point getters. Number 1, somewhat surprisingly, is Zach Werenski. Now, left shot D is 22 years old, plays 63 games, has 20 goals. 20! What? That's second on the team, by the way. And he's got 41 points overall. And his plus-minus is a +9, and he averages 23.59 a game. And that's not the most on the team. Second, 20 goals, is Seth Jones, the right-shot defenseman who's been injured. He's 25 years old, played 56 games, has 6 goals and 24 points overall. He's a +10, best on the team, and plays 25.17 a night, which he averages. That's first on the team and 7th in the league. Third is new Columbus Blue Jacket Vladislav Garikov, who just started for them this season. He's a left shot, 213 pounds. He's 6'3". He was playing in the KHL last season, where some interesting numbers for you here. In 50 games with St. Petersburg, he had 5 goals, 14 points. You're like, yeah, okay. And he was a +21. Now, that was a 2017-18 season. I misspoke. In last season, 2018-19, for St. Petersburg, he played 60 games, 5 goals, 20 points, +48. Huh? Yeah. And so far in 69 games for the Blue Jackets, 5 goals, 18 points. Okay, not bad. +1. I kind of built that up too much, eh? He's carrying his own so far, and that's impressive. And he averages 18.59 a night. That's for a guy to come right out of the KHL and do pretty decently. You got to give him kudos. Working under Tortorella too. Now, a couple of prospects squeezed in there for some games. I'm talking about firstly Andrew Peak. He's a right shot defender, 22. He just had a birthday in March. 6'3", 194 pounds. He played 22 games, had 1 goal, 3 points, +1. Okay. Now he's ranked number 4 on their prospect list and 95th overall by the Hockey News in the top 100 prospects. maybe you'll see this guy get on the team next year. It's hard with having a defense that's so deep. We'll see. Maybe he'll marinate an extra year. In the AHL, in 29 games, he had 5 goals, 16 points, a +1. Now, the other defender who had a few cups of coffee here was the Gabriel Carlson. He's 23 years old, 6'5", 192 pounds. He'll be 24 in January. Now, in 6 games of the Blue Jackets, he's got no points, -1. In 41 games in the AHL this season, he had 2 goals, 12 points, +13. 6'5". You heard me say that, right? He's a big. Now, according to Hockey News, he possesses a huge wingspan, but he gets pushed off the puck way too easily. So we'll see how this guy's career progresses. I'm sure a lot of interested eyeballs will be on that. Let's talk about some forwards. Starting with our top 4 point getters, Pierre-Luc Dubois leads the list, 21 years old, 70 games. He's played all of them. 18 goals, 49 points, which leads the team. He's a -2 and averages 17.56 a game. Second on this list is Nyquist, who they signed in the offseason. Remember, he was traded from Detroit to the San Jose Sharks last year, and they signed him as a UFA. Now he's 30, played all 70 games, scored 15 goals, 42 points. He's a +4 and averages 18.02 a game. I believe they have him signed for 4 more years, around $5.5 million. Then there's Bjorkstrand, who at 24 years old, played 49 games, also one of the guys injured, scored 21 goals, leads the team right now. There's only 2 guys on the team with 20 or more goals, and one of them is a defenseman. They're desperate for goals here. Now, 21 goals, 36 points for him. He's a +8 and averages 17.56 a game. That's Bjorkstrand. Foligno's 4th on this list, the captain of the team. He's 32, played 67 games, had 10 goals, 31 points. He's a -3 and averages 18.40 a game. That leads all forwards in Columbus. I also wanted to mention some other quick notes. Some of the forwards here. Boone Jenner, who's probably playing way too high in the lineup right now as second-line center. He has 24 points and is a -14, worst on the team, averaging 18.07 a game. Also, yeah, let's talk about some prospects and stuff who've had a cup of coffee or so with the team. Starting with Liam Foodie. He's number 1 on the prospect list. He is a center. He's a left shot. He's 20 years old right now. Turned 20 in February. 6 foot, 174 pounds. He's played 2 games with the Blue Jackets. Had 1 assist, +1. Not bad. It looked like he might have, if he didn't have injure his shoulder, he might have actually made the team at the beginning of the season. Everyone seems to assume that that's going to happen for next season. By the way, in the OHL, in 45 games, he had 28 goals, 68 points, +41. Wow. The other player we're going to talk about is Kevin Stenland, who's a right wing. He's 23 years old, be 24 in September, 6'4", 210 pounds, big boy. And in 32 games with the Jackets, had 6 goals, 10 points, +2. In 33 games in the AHL, 6 goals, 18 points, -10. And then there's Emil Bemstrom, whom they signed out of the SHL, who as a rookie last season in the SHL led the league in goals with 23. Doesn't sound like much, but it's hard to score in the SHL, I guess. Now, yeah, he's 26 foot, 190 pounds, plays center and right wing, and in 56 games, jumping right into North American hockey from Sweden, has 10 goals, 20 points, -10. Be very curious to see how this kid progresses over the next couple seasons. He's playing on those. He's usually playing duty on either the first or second line there. So, and I know he's got power play time as well. Last guy I want to talk about here was Alexander Texier, who came in as a rookie last season. During the regular season, of course, he only played 2 games, had 1 goal. It was a +3. And in the playoffs, in 8 playoff games, he had 2 goals, 3 points, -2. Now, in 36 games this season, 6 goals, 13 points, +3. Not bad. He's one of those players who got injured as well, and there's been a lot of eyeballs on this kid after playing so well during the playoffs and such. And there you have it. How do I grade this team? I got to give them a B-. I almost want to give them a B, just seeing as how I didn't expect them at all to be in the playoff picture with all the offense they lost, as you know, from all those UFAs walking, Panarin and Duchesne and Zingle and such, and then losing Bobrovsky, even though the start of his season last year wasn't great, he finished off strong. But no one looked at Korpisalo and were 100% confident he was going to carry the load from there on in. And between him and especially Merzlikins, they've been fabulous. So you got to give it to them. I know they're sliding a bit towards the before the pause, but they're in it. They're in the game. As always, I would love to hear how you would like to grade this team in the comment section below. Let me know why as well, especially you Columbus Blue Jacket fans. And there you have it. That's it. That's all. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all your support, especially. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And yeah, stay safe out there in these crazy times right now. And if you can, stay at home. Thanks again. See you soon.